Hi everyone. I had another great conversation with our team around the question of, does Pilates have any relationship to strength? Or are you able to build strength in doing Pilates? I thought I needed to go to the gym and lift weights. And this great conversation I thought would be worth sort of sharing for all of you as well. So the first place we started was just defining strength, because it's quite a multidisciplinary, concept, and it can be defined in a variety of different ways. So generally, strength refers to the physical or mental ability to exert force, to overcome resistance, or to endure challenges. So when you define strength like that, then I'm super passionate about Pilates being a fantastic way of developing strength, both physically and mentally. From a physical point of view, there's obviously the capacity to add springs and resistance to the equipment to make the movement significantly more challenging and develop actual physical strength. There's also the mental strength component that's required of Pilates, from the point of view of you're having to really pay attention to the body part that you're using, the movement that you're using, and the way you're connecting your body. And to stay focused like that for a period of time and not let the mind wander is actually really important, I guess, when it comes to developing mental strength. There's also the ability to develop inner strength, which is, I guess, a more abstract concept, and it's usually relating to the person's, values, morals, and integrity, and the capacity to, do the work or do what's right in maintaining one's principles. So you might think, okay, Lana, you're getting a bit loose here with how you're able to link inner strength and Pilates. But I feel like the community that you develop when you're working in the Pilates environment, and when I say working, I mean working as a practitioner, but also working as a client in terms of like coming up to class and working with people in a studio environment where there's other bodies in the room and you're having to sort of learn to deal with lots of different personality types. Pilates for sure, works on that inner strength. And that sort of brings me into the final one, which is social strength. When you think about a Pilates environment, more often than not, it's a social setting. It's not you can do one-on-one, but it's still one and one other person, which is still social. It's very uncommon that you're practicing Pilates by yourself, unless you're an instructor and you're sort of doing self-mastery, which is also important. But from a social strength point of view, this ability to build and maintain relationships, both with the instructor and the client, as well as the social relationships between clients in a studio. And I think that's one of the things that I witness at the BPS studios on a daily basis, where I see people who maybe didn't know each other outside of BPS, and then they're able to come together and they form that relationship because they do their session with the same people every week, and they develop social relationships now outside of BPS is something I'm very, very proud of. So all of that is to say, when the question came up about can you develop strength in Pilates, it potentially was pitched at a gym strength point of view in terms of like, are you going to get strong by doing Pilates? And yes, to a certain extent. However, weights training on top of Pilates can definitely be helpful. But it opened up a can of worms of what does actually strength mean, and how are we able to look at all these wide variety of strengths. And I think Pilates is such a fantastic, holistic way of developing both physical and mental strength. And I hope that was helpful. I really wanted to share that with you all today. All right.